Very good evening, friends. This is Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a LLB student. As we speak, Treasury Consulting is a multinational headquartered group based out Singapore. We are a multi-asset as well as multinational hedge fund. By multi-asset, I mean to say we actively covering our positions in variety of asset classes like gold, silver, platinum, palladium, base metals, agriculture commodities, petroleum products, their spreads, which is called fracks and cracks, equities, foreign exchange, exchange for trading, contract for trading, and various asset classes. God willing, we would be adding more asset classes in the near term, which includes daily leverage certificate, factor certificates, and variety. But like I repeated many times, and I would continue to repeat all the times, that we are a proprietary hedge fund. By proprietary, I mean to say no third party. Let me repeat, no third party can invest capital in our fund. Treasury Consulting and none of the subsidiaries of Treasury Consulting is asking any form of investment from any third party. Please take a note of that. The most difficult job in the life is called prediction. And I completely adhere to this fact. When you make predictions in the public domain, people laugh. And you know why do they laugh? They believe that this person is going against the stream. In essence, there are two kind of person we have in the world. Number one, those who follow the stream. Number two, those who go against the stream. While those who follow the stream, they just blind the eyes and they move, they wanted to move ahead. They never question the status quo. They believe that status quo cannot be challenged. On the contrary, those who going against the stream, like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, created their own benchmarks in the financial and respective technological industry. They always challenge the status quo. And Steve himself, agreed to the thought that one should challenge the status quo. And that's the reason I always love Steve Jobs. Effective 2018, I am covering the startup story across the globe. And you all knew that what the hell is going in the system. You all knew this about. There is nothing which you want me to specifically tell. Like I told you that the depression is around the corner. We are already in depression. That's a separate thing that many Einstein, Edisons, and Newtons feel that we would be entering recession probably in 2023. But I strongly feel that we are already in recession and eventually we are moving towards depression. My personal estimate suggests that by March 2023, which is precisely 3 months from now, precisely 3 months from now, the world would be facing severe depression. And unfortunately, the signals are highly apparent in nature. A sensible person cannot ignore these signals. That's a separate thing that there are many people in the media organizations who are still ignoring these signals. I told you that Treasury Consulting would be covering the depression in a very serious manner. We would be scrutinizing each and every information which is coming up in the public domain. which are coming on Google, respective websites, magazines, newspapers, and this is what we are doing. This is part 4 of our depression update. And unfortunately, I repeat, unfortunately, each and every passing part, like this is the part 4 which I'm shooting, each and every passing part tantamounts to more severe and unpleasant information as compared to the earlier parts. So this is part 4. Probably another 2 to 3 weeks from now, I would be shooting part 5 once I have more information on the internet. God forbid, I would be having more unpleasant information what I'm having today. Like today, the biggest unpleasant is the Amazon. And I'm a big fan of Amazon. I know that many of you knew that I'm quoting the example of Jeff because many times in my YouTube videos. Even in my personal life, my personal friend circle, I am quoting an example of this person who started from scratch but ended up being a billionaire. And that too authentically. That's more important. And the very important thing is the profitability. That is more relevant to me. You knew that I am a person who believe in profit. I am a person who believe that if you are doing business, probably you are in a business of services, commodities, hedge fund, or you may be in a business of hospitality, in a business of movie, cinema, e-commerce, technology, software, hardware, whatever kind of business you are up to. The more important thing in any business is the profitability. And I'm always glad that American institutions like Facebook, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Apple, and respective companies demonstrated that you can be a profitable entity on a going concern basis, provided you are continue to increase your competitiveness. That's the more important thing. And I always adhere to the fact that profitability is the most important thing. But unfortunately, I repeat, unfortunately, this phenomena of profitability is never been understood by the Indian startups. Never been. Except 1 or 2 or probably 3 or 4 startups in India. Majority of the startups in India are severe loss making, like Paytm, Zomato, Policy Bazaar, Nika, Oyo, Ola, Uber, Swiggy, Paytm, Delivery. The list is endless. The list is endless. But unfortunately, the beauty is few of them got the approval to raise the money from the normal investors via initial public offer, also known as IPO. And I might not be surprised. I repeat, I may not be surprised if they would do the debt raising also. In another year or so, their organizations would continue, would came in public and say, hey guys, now we are raising the debt. And I'm sure they get approval also for that as well. Because even after Paytm, Zomato, Policy Bazaar, Nika, and many loss-making companies debacle, few companies got the approval of the IPO irrespective of the fact that they are in losses. And now the true faces, I repeat, the true faces of them are coming up into the picture. Before I move further, I would like to tell you one thing, which is straightforward, because to me, I never shot videos for like, dislikes, count, viewers, subscribers. To me, these things hardly material. Hardly material. Because I knew that my message is moving to the right person. I knew that they watch my LinkedIn profile. I know that my message is moving to the right person. I'm telling you, in this depression, which is on the way, and like I said, we are already in recession, you would see millions of jobs, I repeat, millions of jobs to be cut by the startups that I'm telling you right now. Like I said in 2018 about the SoftBank, and people laughed. And you know that in the last 6 months, SoftBank lost around 50 billion US dollars. Guys, 50 billion is a huge amount, I'm telling you. And the beauty, I haven't seen any media institution, haven't seen a single media institution who dare to cover this. In this part 2, I would be covering more in detail about our depression update number 4. We all knew that Oyo is a loss making company, not to mention this. We all knew that since inception, Oyo never be in profit. Since we are not having the detailed annual report of the Oyo, the reason is very clear because Oyo is a private company, and being a private company, finding annual report is really a tough job in India. But at least we have information in the public as far as the Oyo performance is concerned. First of all, I would like to raise a very important issue, which is the remuneration of the CEO of an organization who is a loss-making company. We all know that Ritesh Agarwal is a pampered boy of SoftBank. And we all knew that how fair is the SoftBank as we speak. Do you know that in financial year 20, his compensation was 21.5 lakhs. So in financial year 20, his compensation was 21.5 lakhs, while in financial year 21, his compensation increased to 1.6 crores. Congratulations, 1.6 crores. While in financial year 22, just concluded, the compensation is 5.6 crores. So in just 2 years, which is financial year 20 to financial year 22, the compensation of Ritesh Agarwal, a CEO of a loss-making company, common sense, the negative retained earnings is in losses, not to mention this. But that's a separate thing that majority of the investors in India hardly have any understanding as far as the negative retained earnings is concerned. Increased from 21.5 lakhs to 5.6 crores. Congratulations. From 21.5 lakhs to 5.6 crores. And this compensation is of a CEO of a loss-making company. But the beauty, none of the media house, I repeat, none of the media house raised this point. And they won't be raising it, that I am assuring you. They won't be raising it because they are already informed that you are not going to be raising this point in the social media. They are already informed about this. Another beautiful thing about Oyo is that, as expected, in financial year 22, I repeat, in financial year 22, Oyo once again registered the losses. So I wasn't expecting that Oyo is going to be profitable in financial year 22. Probably few people in the Hindi media must be expecting that Oyo would be profitable in financial year 22, but I wasn't expecting Oyo would be profitable. But having said that, you know, they again would end up in losses in financial year 22. And this is really a congratulating news. According to the information available on Hindustan Times website, I repeat, according to the information available on Hindustan Times website, OYO in financial year 22, I repeat, OYO in financial year 22 lost approximately 1940 crores. It means, as expected, you are in losses. As expected, you are in losses. And according to another information which is published in public domain, that OYO reported a loss of 5 crores every day in financial year 22, which means in financial year 22, OYO reported a loss of 5 crores every day. Now, the moral of the story is that if OYO would continue to incur the losses which they are, since OYO is not a public company, so finding our annual report is almost impossible. They are still trying for initial public offer in January 2023. And according to the public information, this is to the tune of approximately 7 to 9,000 crores. I don't know the exact amount, but this is, around 7 to 9,000 crores. The another beautiful thing is that to handle the losses, because the CEO compensation has increased from 21.5 lakhs to 5.6 crores in just 2 years. But to handle these losses, and many people believe that, OYO would be profitable afterwards. Many people believe that OYO would be profitable afterwards. OYO is cutting approximately 600 jobs. According to the information which is published in a public domain as of 4th December 2022, OYO has decided to merge product and engineering teams while cutting jobs in different departments as well as SaaS. SaaS means software as a service. Product developers. And OYO is cutting approximately 6,000 jobs. And according to our beloved media, OYO would be profitable as early as possible. So OYO is having approximately 3,700 people working for them. 3,700 people. And they are cutting approximately 600 jobs, which is around 5%. Around, you can say around 5% jobs which they are cutting. A company who is in losses, a company with a huge negative retained earnings, whether this company can be termed as a going concern or not, that's another beautiful thing of life. This company is now cutting 600 jobs. And do you know the beauty? The beauty is that the media, rather than criticizing the OYO, the media, rather than criticizing the SoftBank because of the losses, the media, rather than talking about the OYO, the media presenting this as an achievement. The media presenting this as an achievement that OYO would be profitable, just like the media is presenting that one day OYO would become, like one day Paytm would also be a profitable entity. Anyways, to me, it hardly matters because I knew that Indian startup ecosystem is based on freebies. It is based on losses. You take Flipkart, Oyo, Ola, Uber, Swiggy, Zomato, Paytm, Delivery, and the list is endless. I knew one thing that sooner or later this ecosystem has to bust. You can't continue with losses. That's very important thing. You cannot continue with losses because accounting wise also, technical also, fundamental also, you cannot continue with the losses. If you continue to with losses, you would bust. And I'm sure that Oyo would definitely get the approval of IPO. 110% they get the approval of IPO without any dissent, and then they would be raising approximately 8,500 to 9,000 crores from the public. And I'm sure that the public would be investing also in Oyo, assuming they would be able to recover their losses of the earlier investments. To me, one thing is very clear. Me and my fund won't be investing in any loss making company. We won't be investing a single rupee in a loss making company. This is something which is very, very clear. And with this, my prediction that the Indian startup ecosystem, which is based on losses, except few companies, countable companies rather, would collapse, and it started collapsing. This is our depression update 4. And I'm telling you again, we are entering into depression. We agree to this. We do not agree to this. We reject this or we do not reject this. But depression is coming and we cannot run away from that. And the credit has to go to the central banks, those who incessantly, I repeat, incessantly increasing the interest rates. And the whole planet is paying the price of that. Thank you very much, guys. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group. You knew my personal number +91 9899242978. Let me repeat, +91 9899242978. In case you need more information, you can visit our fixed income platform www.fixedincome.global. Let me repeat, www.fixedincome.global. Thank you very much, guys, and have a great time ahead.